How to bake a potato. Follow these steps to make the flakiest, tastiest baked potato. You will need a potato, a bristle brush, an oven, a fork, olive oil, coarse salt, and a baking sheet. Step 1. Choose any potato. Russet potatoes are a popular style. If you are cooking more than one, use potatoes of similar sizes so they will cook evenly. Step 2. Scrub the potato with a stiff bristle brush. Then rinse it under cold water and dry thoroughly. Make sure the skin has a brownish tone with no green color. Step 3. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees and adjust the rack to the middle position. Step 4. Pierce the potato 4 or 5 times with a fork. This allows the steam to escape during baking. Step 5. Rub some olive oil on the potato and then roll it in coarse salt. This will make the skin delicious to eat. Do not wrap your potato in aluminum foil. This will give you a steamed potato, not a baked one. Step 6. Place the potato on a baking sheet and put it in the oven for approximately 60 minutes. Cooking time will vary depending on the size. Step 7. Take the potato out of the oven and pierce it with a fork. If it's tender, it's done. Did you know? Causes for the Irish potato famine of 1845 were initially thought to be static electricity, exhaust from locomotives, or vapor from underground volcanoes.
How to bake a sweet potato. If you're looking for a delicious and easy-to-make alternative to the standard baked potato, a baked sweet potato is a great choice. You will need a sweet potato, a fork, a rimmed baking sheet, and a kitchen knife. Optional, olive or vegetable oil, and toppings. Step 1. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Step 2. Pierce the potato several times with the fork. Rub the potato with olive oil or vegetable oil for crispier skin. Step 3. Place the potato on the baking sheet and place the sheet on the oven's middle rack. Step 4. Bake the potato until it's tender, about 40 to 60 minutes. Step 5. Cut an X through the top of the potato and spread the potato open or slice it into rounds. Serve it plain or with your favorite toppings. Did you know? In experiments, sweet potatoes grown in Maryland and Alabama yielded 2 to 3 times as much carbohydrate for fuel ethanol production as corn grown in those states.
How to boil potatoes. Potatoes are packed full of fiber and nutrients, so follow these simple steps to cook them up easily and effortlessly. You will need potatoes, a scrub brush, a knife, a pot with a lid, cold water, a fork, a colander, and seasonings or toppings. Optional, salt. Step 1. Select the type and quantity of potato you enjoy. There are many varieties of potatoes to choose from, including red, yellow, and white. Step 2. Scrub the potatoes thoroughly with the brush to remove any dirt or impurities. Step 3. Remove the sprouts or eyes with the knife, as well as any other green areas on the potatoes. Cook the potatoes whole or cut them into quarters or halves. The size of the potatoes or sections determines the length of cooking time, and consistent size promotes even cooking. Step 4. Add enough cold water to the pot to cover the potatoes by 1 inch. Cover the pot with a lid and put it over high heat until the water boils. Add a generous pinch of salt to the water to season the potatoes. Step 5. Place the potatoes in the pot and boil them over high heat until an inserted fork comes out clean. Cooking time ranges from 20 to 40 minutes. Step 6. Drain the water from the potatoes through the colander and serve the potatoes plain or with your choice of seasonings and toppings. Did you know? Potato sprouts and the green skin of old spoiled potatoes are poisonous.
How to cook sweet potatoes on hot stones. In autumn, a sweet potato man is a common sight on the streets of Japan, but you can enjoy stone-roasted sweet potatoes in any country. You will need a wood fire, a bucket, smooth pebbles, a Dutch oven, and tongs. Step 1. Build a wood fire and let it form hot coals. Step 2. Wash a bucket of smooth pebbles about the size of peas and place them in the Dutch oven. Don't dry the pebbles before placing them in the oven. The water on the pebbles will steam the potatoes. Step 3. Place several sweet potatoes into the pebbles so that pebbles partially cover the potatoes. Step 4. Cover the Dutch oven and place it on the hot coals. Move some of the coals to the top of the oven. Step 5. Allow the sweet potatoes to cook in the oven for an hour and then remove them with the tongs, enjoying them as a side or a main dish. Did you know? The sweet potato originated in the Americas and was introduced to Japan by way of China around 1700 CE. How to cook sweet potatoes. The humble sweet potato is packed with nutrition, is simple to bake in an oven, microwave, or cook on a grill, and can be seasoned with a variety of your favorite toppings as well as paired with other vegetables. You will need sweet potatoes, cooking oil, and assorted toppings. Equipment: a rimmed baking pan. Step 1. Select fresh, firm, smooth, and plump sweet potatoes and wash them as you would other vegetables. Cook sweet potatoes whole to benefit from nutrients found next to the skin. Step 2. Pierce your dry sweet potatoes a few times with a fork before baking or microwaving. Step 3. Place the sweet potatoes on a rimmed pan and bake at 375 degrees for about 45 minutes or until they are tender. Step 4. Quick cook sweet potatoes by placing 2 clean, pierced potatoes in a microwave oven for 5 to 9 minutes, or 4 sweet potatoes for 10 to 13 minutes. Sweet potatoes rank high among the healthiest of vegetables, providing vitamins A and C, potassium, and fiber. Step 5. Grill sweet potatoes by first boiling them, letting them cool, and then slicing them lengthwise into eighths, oiling the slices, and grilling all sides until they're golden brown. Step 6. Slit your sweet potatoes and top them with sour cream, butter, cinnamon, brown sugar, maple syrup, applesauce, pecans, or anything else that tickles your taste buds to make a delightful dining experience. Did you know? Christopher Columbus found sweet potatoes growing on islands in the West Indies and brought the vegetable plant to Spain in the early 1500s where it was cultivated.
Kick mashed potatoes up a notch. Beaten spuds taste great with a little butter and salt, but with a dash of creativity, you can really liven them up. You will need a jar of roasted red peppers, pesto sauce, shredded or grated cheese, prepared horseradish, heavy cream, chopped green peppers, cumin, chipotle peppers, salsa, and sour cream. Step 1. Add chopped or pureed roasted red peppers to the potatoes and mix in thoroughly with a spoon. Refrigerate overnight to let the flavors fully absorb. Step 2. Stir in a few tablespoons of pesto sauce to enjoy your mashed potatoes Italian style. This is a great side for any grilled Mediterranean chicken, fish, or veggies. Find pesto at gourmet food stores or the international section of your supermarket. Step 3. Stir in shredded mozzarella, Monterey Jack, sharp cheddar, or grated Parmesan for a richer version of the classic recipe. You can also spoon mashed potatoes into a heat-proof dish, top with cheese, and bake or broil for a crunchy crust. Step 4. Stir in a few tablespoons of prepared horseradish and heavy cream for extra zest. Step 5. Stir in chopped green peppers, cumin, and chipotle peppers to add some Tex-Mex flavor. Serve with a side of salsa and sour cream for that extra touch. Did you know mashed potatoes are commonly used as a topping for European casseroles, such as the British shepherd's pie and the Irish colcannon?
How to make fast food French fries. Golden, salty, crunchy sticks of awesomeness are only a few steps away from your couch. Fry up some amazing French fries and skip the trip to the drive-thru. You will need 2 pounds russet potatoes, peeled and cut into 1/4 inch thick sticks, 2 quarts of water, 2 tablespoons of iodized salt, kosher salt, and 2 quarts of peanut oil. Equipment: rimmed baking sheets lined with paper towels, a large Dutch oven or wok, a food thermometer, a wire mesh ladle, and a coffee can. Step 1. Put the potatoes into a pot and cover with water. Add iodized salt to the pan and bring to a boil. Boil the potatoes for 10 minutes until they're tender, but not mushy or falling apart. Drain the potatoes. Step 2. Place the drained potatoes on a rimmed baking sheet lined in paper towels to dry for 5 minutes. Step 3. Add 1/3 of the French fries to the oil and cook for 50 seconds. Remove the fries from the oil with a wire ladle and place them on the rimmed baking sheet lined with paper towels. Allow the oil to heat up to 400 degrees again before beginning a new batch of potatoes. Step 4. Cook the remaining potatoes in 2 separate batches and drain. Reserve the oil in a coffee can. Step 5. Freeze the potatoes overnight on the baking sheet. Step 6. Reheat the reserved oil to 400 degrees and fry half of the potatoes until they're golden brown. Adjust the heat to remain around 360 degrees after adding the potatoes. Step 7. Place fries in a bowl lined with paper towels and season with kosher salt. Fry the second batch, Season and serve with your favorite condiment. Did you know the very first McDonald's, opened in 1940, was actually a drive-in barbecue joint? It wasn't until 1948 that the owners changed over from barbecue to burgers.
How to make oven-baked French fries. Make restaurant-quality fries with less fat and fewer calories by skipping the deep fryer. You will need 2 large potatoes, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of minced garlic, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, and 1 teaspoon of onion powder. Equipment: a mixing bowl and a baking sheet. Step 1. Slice the potatoes into thin wedges. Step 2. Preheat the oven to 450 degrees. Step 3. Mix together the olive oil, garlic, paprika, chili powder, and onion powder. Step 4. Coat the potato wedges in the mixture. Step 5. Spread the fries on the baking sheet and bake for 40 to 45 minutes. Flip your fries after 20 minutes to ensure a nice, even bake. Step 6. Remove the fries from the oven and serve them alongside burgers, sandwiches, steak, or just by themselves. Did you know the average American eats 16 pounds of fries per year?
How to make potato salad. Be a hit at your next picnic or potluck with this delicious potato salad. You will need 3 pounds of peeled potatoes, kosher salt, 1 cup of mayonnaise, 1/4 cup of buttermilk, 4 tablespoons of Dijon or spicy mustard, freshly ground black pepper, 1/2 cup of chopped celery, and 1/2 cup of chopped onion. Optional: russet or red potatoes, hard-boiled eggs, and paprika. Step 1. Bring the potatoes and 2 tablespoons of kosher salt to a boil in a large pot. Then lower the heat and simmer for 10 to 15 minutes until they're easily pierced with a fork. If you use red or Yukon Gold potatoes, you may prefer to leave them unpeeled. Step 2. Drain the potatoes in a colander. Place the colander of potatoes in the pot and cover the pot with a kitchen towel. Let the potatoes steam for 15 to 20 minutes. Step 3. Stir together the mayonnaise, buttermilk, Dijon mustard, whole grain mustard, dill, and a teaspoon each of salt and pepper in a bowl. Step 4. Quarter the potatoes and put them in a large mixing bowl. Pour the dressing over the potatoes and then add the celery, onion, 2 more teaspoons of salt, and another teaspoon of pepper. Step 5. Toss everything together, cover the bowl, and put the potato salad in the refrigerator for a couple of hours to let the flavors blend together. Try garnishing your potato salad with sliced hard-boiled eggs sprinkled with paprika. Step 6. Refrigerate the potato salad and serve it cold as a side dish at your next picnic or potluck. Don't be surprised if you get asked for the recipe. Did you know? 1 serving of potatoes provides 45% of the recommended daily value of vitamin C.
How to make spicy sweet potatoes. Give your sweet potatoes a kick and spice up any entree with this simple recipe. You will need 2 large sweet potatoes, half a white potato, 6 tablespoons of pure maple syrup, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of cayenne powder, 1 teaspoon of pure chili powder, and 1 stick of unsalted butter. Equipment: a potato peeler, a colander, and a food processor. Optional: a potato masher. Step 1. Peel and dice the potatoes. Take the butter out of the refrigerator and bring it to room temperature. Step 2. Place the potatoes in a large saucepan, fill it with water, and bring to a boil. Reduce the heat and let them simmer for 15 minutes or until soft. Step 3. Drain the potatoes in a colander. Step 4. Put the potatoes in a food processor. Add the maple syrup, salt, cayenne, and chili powder. Process for 1 minute while adding the butter 1 tablespoon at a time. If you don't have a food processor, use a potato masher to mash the ingredients together in a large bowl. Step 5. Transfer the potatoes back to the saucepan, heat on low, and stir until warm. Serve and enjoy. Did you know? The record for the world's largest sweet potato is 81 pounds. How to make sweet potato noodles. Sweet potato noodles are prepared in stir-fry dishes and cold salads. Now you can make them at home. You will need 2 cups of sweet potato noodles, 6 tablespoons of soy sauce, 4 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar, 4 tablespoons of honey, 2 tablespoons of mirin, 1 tablespoon of grated ginger, 2 thinly sliced scallions, 1 tablespoon of Korean chili powder, 1 cup of grated daikon radish, 1 cup of grated carrot, 1 cup of grated nashi pear, 1 cup of thinly sliced cucumber, 1 cup sliced kimchi, and 3 tablespoons roasted sesame seeds.
Step 1. Cook the sweet potato noodles according to the instructions on the package. When they are done, drain them and rinse them with cold water. Sweet potato noodles are available in Asian grocery stores. Step 2. Prepare a salad dressing by mixing the soy sauce, rice wine vinegar, honey, and mirin rice wine with the ginger, scallions, and Korean chili powder. Step 3. Toss the salad dressing with the noodles. Then add the daikon radish, carrot, nashi pear, and cucumber along with kimchi and sesame seeds. Step 4. Serve the salad cold as a side or as a main course. The recipe serves 4. Did you know? Sweet potatoes were a main source of nourishment for soldiers during the Revolutionary War.
Make twice-baked potatoes. You can make restaurant-quality twice-baked potatoes in your own home by following this recipe. You will need 6 russet potatoes, a half a cup of whole milk, 2 teaspoons of minced fresh rosemary, 6 tablespoons of butter room temperature divided, 8 ounces of crumbled blue cheese, coarse kosher salt, pepper, 4 ounces of grated Gruyere, Jarlsberg, or other Swiss cheese, and sour cream. Optional: chives, cilantro, garlic, and crumbled bacon. Step 1. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and bake the potatoes for 30 minutes. Then pierce the potatoes in several places with a fork and bake them for an hour longer. Step 2. Microwave the milk and rosemary on high for 45 seconds and then let the mixture steep for half an hour while the potatoes are baking. Step 3. Cut the top quarter off each potato, slicing lengthwise. Then scoop the insides of the potato into a large bowl, leaving a 1/4 inch of potato in the skin. Scrape the potato from the tops and discard the skin from the tops. Step 4. Coarsely mash the potato inside the bowl, add 4 tablespoons of butter, mash again, mash in the milk mixture, and then mash in the blue cheese. Season the potato with coarse salt and pepper. Add other ingredients such as chives, cilantro, or sautéed garlic. Step 5. Divide the mashed potatoes among the potato skins and transfer the filled potatoes to a rimmed baking sheet. Sprinkle the Swiss cheese over the potatoes and press it in lightly. Sprinkle crumbled bacon over the potatoes. Step 6. Dot each potato with butter and then bake them again for about 30 minutes until they're hot and the tops begin to brown. Top them with a dollop of sour cream and serve as a delicious side. Did you know? The potato is the second most consumed food in the US, with the average consumption reaching approximately 124 pounds of potatoes per year.